And nutritionist Dana White has a new book out, and I'm so excited. It's called One Pan Meals.
She showed us how to make an easy, delicious, and healthy meal in one pan. And Kara, it's pizza.
One pan. I love it. All right, take a look. Our days are getting busy again with school starting back up and even some after-school activities.
No matter what that looks like for your family, you still have to eat. The easier the meal, as Kara always says, the better.
Yes. Registered dietitian Dana White has a new cookbook out. It's full of healthy and delicious one-pan dinners. One pan.
Dana is showing us how to show some healthy weeknight dinners. Hey, Dana, it's good to see you.
Hi, guys. It's great to see you. Welcome to my kitchen.
It's beautiful.
I love it.
So you know what? We all need more one-pan dinners in our life, right?
Absolutely.
And so I created this book, right? 100 recipes, sheet pan, cast iron skillet, pressure cooker, slow cooker, Dutch oven. That's it. And every single recipe, I promise, even if you're making a pasta dish, everything goes in one pan.
Right, so that's great because there's only one thing to clean up. So you have an idea because a lot of people have pizza on Fridays, and you can even make that healthy because I know you train athletes.
That's right. That's right. And I think, you know what, I think pizza gets a bad reputation for not being healthy. But when you make it yourself, you're controlling all the ingredients. So there's actually 2 pizza recipes in my new book. So one of them is a sheet pan. I know how you love a sheet pan meal, Kara, right?
I do.
So, and the other one is a deep dish style pizza, which again, I love, right? You're a fan of that, Scott?
I totally love pizza, especially deep pan. I'm salivating.
So I like to do this on Fridays, especially because I'm running low on groceries. So I just rifle through my refrigerator and kind of see what I have, and that becomes the toppings. And my kids love it. My kids love it. So I don't know, what are your guys' favorite pizza toppings?
I like just a plain cheese. I'm totally a traditionalist.
I do like that, but I really love putting black olives on my pizza or maybe like a chicken pesto. But can you angle it so we can see what are you putting on there? Oh, okay. It's in.
All right, so this is my cast iron skillet, right? And deep dish style, the toppings actually go first and the sauce goes on top.
Ah, isn't that interesting? Okay.
So I'm using what I have around. So I actually have some peppers from my garden and some onion, and I put some cheese on the bottom.
And what about dough? You just get your own pizza dough or buy it at the store?
So in the book, there is a recipe. I've worked really hard. My family has done Pizza Friday. I mean, since I was a little girl, and then since I started having my own kids. So I've worked pretty hard on a really easy pizza dough recipe that is in the book. You can actually make it in big batches and freeze it
that's a good idea.
To save some time. But you can buy it. You could totally buy it. Go to your local pizza shop. They'll give it to you. You can get some really good ones out at stores. So you don't have to make it if you don't want to.
Okay. Then you're just putting on the toppings. Okay.
Yeah, so I put my vegetables. I like to use a little provolone cheese. That's a trick I learned from a famous pizza chain that I can't tell you who. But I use a little provolone, and then I put my toppings on top of that.
I absolutely love provolone cheese. I think it's one of my favorite cheeses.
Mm-hmm. And I like the fresh mozz, too.
It's like amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so onions, peppers. I actually put a few slices of pepperoni that I had lying around in the fridge that I used for sandwiches earlier this week.
Good way to clean the fridge.
Exactly. I like to do that. There's a lot of recipes in the book, actually. Like there's a fried rice recipe that I love that there's another pasta and chicken sausage recipe where the recipe is kind of open-ended. And it's like, find whatever vegetables you have around and use them because you really can't go wrong. That's how I like to cook.
Okay, what about sauce? We have our producer's Italian who makes her own amazing sauce and all that. But what if that's not you?
We're gonna file that right where we talked about the dough, right? So there's a simple basic tomato sauce recipe. You guys know my maiden name is Angelo, so I do make my own sauce. So my grandmother would not be happy with me if I didn't, but there's some really good jarred sauces out there. So if you want to take you know, a tip from the, you know, some help from the grocery store, you go ahead and do it.
My favorite is Rayo's.
I like Rayo's too, and especially when you get it on sale.
It is, and especially if you get it on sale. I think it's the closest to homemade that there is. It is delicious.
And
I agree.
My mother-in-law makes her own sauce, said you have to add a little water to the jarred sauce, and then it'll be more homemade.
Oh, really?
That's what she tells me.
Okay, well.
Oh, that's a good idea. And it's another nice thing that you can freeze. So if you know, if it's a rainy Sunday or something and you have an extra time, you make a big batch of it, store it in the freezer, and otherwise you just grab your Rayo's.
Okay.
All right. So I put my sauce on top. And then I put a little bit of Parmesan cheese. So that's the only other cheese that goes on top. This is going to go in a hot oven about 500 degrees for about 15 minutes. And that's it. You have this amazing, healthy, deep dish style pizza. And you don't even have to worry about takeout.
500. Dumb question, how did you make it deep dish? You just have to put more dough in, or how do you know it's going to puff up enough?
It's really about the cast iron skillet. I love my cast iron skillet. And I think that's really what, so I do like to press, here, I'll show you again. I do like to press the dough into the pan so that it climbs up the edges a little bit. And then once you start to cook it, it's really more about the pan, that it's really going to, like the toppings are going to sink in a little bit, and then the dough is going to puff up on the side, and it's going to get that nice kind of golden crispy bottom that is just like that deep dish style that we love.
Yum, yum. All right, Dana, the book is available everywhere that books are sold. Congratulations, Amazon or your favorite local bookstore, and we can make healthy one-pan dinners as we get back to busy life.
I can't believe this isn't authored by Kara Sundlund, but I'm going to have to believe that it is Dana White because it says it right there on the book.
I will, well, because I can't cook the way she can, so I will buy her book. Thank you.
I had you in mind, Kara. I definitely had you in mind with these recipes for sure.
All right, and don't forget, for more healthy eating tips from Dana, be sure to check out our website, danawhitenutrition.com.